Day 4 of the NFL Combine is officially in the books. The big fellas got their workouts on, and I got all the Day 4 risers that the 49ers may want to target in this upcoming NFL draft. Smash that like button, and let's get to it, baby. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the WayneBreezie. Welcome to the show. Today, we're going to be talking about the NFL Combine, Day 4, offensive linemen, the risers from this last day, from the last day of the Combine. Excellent day. Loved what I saw from the big fellas out there. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. If this is your first time watching, just click on the subscribe button, man. It doesn't take anything. But if you want to support the channel, you can become a member. All you got to do is click on the join button, all right? So make sure you guys do that. And check out our sponsors over at Residency. Use that promo code SFBreezie, and you can save on your total purchase. All right, let's go ahead and get to the Day 4 risers. Number 1 trending upwards is the left tackle from Mizzou, Armand Membo. We've been struggling with the pronunciation of his last name, but we're going to get it right for sure. This kid just looked phenomenal. I was very sad that I didn't get a chance to see him play or perform at the Senior Bowl because he got sick. And so it was, we didn't get a chance to see him, but we got a chance to watch him work out. And if you need to see him play, you're going to have to watch the film. But he played 827 snaps at Missouri this last past season, 90.4 PFF grade, run blocking grade 87.5. Pass blocking grade 85.5. Overall finish with the 90. 0 sacks, 0 hits, 9 hurries, total 9 pressures he gave up. As far as his true pressure setting rate, 0 sacks, 0 hits, 4 hurries, 4 pressures. And you can see why he's explosive from this NFL Combine. The kid went out there and ran the ball like none other. All right, like none other. As far as where he led, he has the highest grade per NFL.com coming into the NFL draft at a 6.46. And just looking at his RAS score, you can see he's very athletic out there on the football field. All right, very athletic out there on the football field. 332 pounds, 6'4" was his height, which I'm glad because they had him labeled as 6'3". And so I'm kind of glad he's a little bit taller than what I thought. 33.5-inch arms. I think that's pretty daggone awesome for him. Ran a 4.91 official time. Ran a 4.91. You can see his RAS score right there, 9.82 unofficial for sure. But, this is what I liked about him. He can run. Look at his 10-yard split. I believe his 10-yard split is very high. For a 300-pounder, 315-pound guy, over 315 pounds, this dude is explosive. All right, it's explosive, and it showed up on the film. 34-inch vertical, but he led in the broad jumps, 9 feet 7 inches. So if you want to know where he led as far as in the scoring, he had the highest score per offensive lineman, and he had the highest broad jump. He had, if you want to go far as tackles, he had the highest 40 time at 4.91 if you're going just tackles, but we had centers run. So with that being said, this kid is going to be phenomenal on the next level. And it's going to be unfortunate because, as a 49er, you want to we were hoping that he fell, or we were kind of like saying we were reaching at 11. Now, the question is going to be, if he's there at 11, do you go offensive tackle? We know the 49ers need to improve their offensive line. And if Will Campbell is the first tackle off the board, we're hoping, do the 49ers go with the tackle in the first round? For me, it's yes. You get the tackle, secure the future of the offensive line. I understand the defensive draft is pretty deep. It's pretty daggone deep. So the tackles are coming rare. And the Niners want the athletic guys, right? They want those Trent Williams comparison guys. And he was compared to Trent Williams having a great workout from the NFL Combine. I think Trent ran a 4.88. He ran a 4.91. We're talking 315 315 pounds plus, right? And so, yeah, this guy was moving. 1.7, 110-yard split. Trent Williams, I think, was a 1.68 or 1.69. This is what you need, and you bring him in here, he can probably go at right tackle right away, all right? Right away. You can see his top speed, 20.28 miles per hour for the big freaking fella. Max acceleration at 4.71 according to Next Gen Stats. So he was definitely moving out there. Let's talk about the second guy that I think rose, and everybody probably had him as the number one guy, and maybe I don't want to say he fell. I really think he kind of secured his stock. I mean, he definitely looks the part out there. Will Campbell, LSU, was definitely a guy that flexed out there. He played 866 snaps, 72.2 PFF grade, 69.7 run blocking, 80.6 pass pro. And a lot of people are like, well, what about his arm length? It's too short. Dude's been playing tackle all his life. And if his pass protection is letting you know, look at his pass blocking grades, 80.6. I don't think he really struggles in pass pro. He did give up 2 sacks, 5 hits, 11 hurries, 18 total pressures. But if you look at that true pressure rate, like the true pressure, true pass setting, and a true pass setting, he gave up 0 sacks, 4 hits, 8 hurries, and 12 pressures. So under true pass setting, he didn't give up any sacks, right? So that's something to kind of look forward to, knowing what you're going to get. And if you look at his build, man, he's just the guy that's ready to go lock and loaded. He's got the height, he's got the size, he's got the mentality. You heard that the kid is a farmer. Grew up on a farm. Kid grew up building the piping on the side of the highways and things like that. Like, this kid is just a hard worker, knows what hard work is like, shows up every day to work, ready to go out there and compete. And you can look at what this kid did as far as his next gen stats, 20.05 miles per hour. That was his top speed. Now we're talking tackles, right? We're talking tackles. I think he had the second fastest 40 right behind Armand Membo from a tackle perspective, right? So he was out there moving for sure. Look at his RAS score, 988 unofficial. Bomb. All right, explosive. And this is what I like, man. This is why I like watching. This is why I like watching the combine, because you get to actually watch these guys work out. And I think that's super important. Like, how do they work out? How do they move? How do they look in their drills? I mean, you watch them in the drills. He did slip, had a slip, had a scare. Everybody was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? But overall, he looked fine out there. And I could just tell you right now, like, this kid is going to be a freaking problem. Like, he's going to be a freaking problem out there. He's just going to be a problem. Looking at Will Campbell, wherever he tends to go, if he's there at 11, do the 49ers go this route? He had a 6.44 grade. He's 6'6". He's the perfect build, right? 6'6", 319 pounds. Came in under 33-inch arms, so 32 and 5/8-inch arms. That's going to be the question mark for Will Campbell. 9.5-inch hands, all right? He did run a 4.98. His 10-yard split was a 1.76, all right? Vertical there, 32 inches, 9 feet, 5 inches on the broad jump. Didn't participate in the 3-cone or any of the agility drills, probably because of that slip out there. So I can't wait to see what he does at his pro day. And he may even run a little bit faster at his pro day. You could tell he has the build and the speed, just to move out there. A lot of offensive tackles that I felt like did a pretty daggone good job out there. Josh Connerly, also Logan Brown from Kansas, I thought was also a riser. But for my two, it's the two guys that we know about, Armand Membo, Will Campbell. Now, if you're a 49er faithful out there and you had to pick one of these tackles, which one would you go with? Is it going to be Membo, or is it Membao, or is it going to be Will Campbell? They both may, if they're available at 11. Let's just say both are available at 11. Who would you choose? Let me know in the comment section of the show. Make sure you guys go ahead and smash that like button. All right, let's get to see how these. Let's get to see how the guards played out there and at the NFL Combine. Now, people are probably going to scratch their head on this one. Marcus Bowe from Purdue, he did not run. All right, so he didn't do any of the running drills, but he was out there for the other drills, and I liked what I saw from him because I was able to see what I saw at the Senior Bowl. Now, I watched him work out at the Senior Bowl and compete at the Senior Bowl, And you could see that the kid is just very athletic, right? Very athletic. He should have a pretty high athleticism score. As far as his RAS score, he's probably not going to get high up there because he didn't run, right? But just watching him on the field, watching him in the drills, really good footwork, quick feet, like the hand, like you just seen everything you need to see from Marcus Bowe. Doesn't really get beat like a lot. And if he does get beat, he has the speed to recover. I think that's his key. Like, right, all right, if I let this defensive lineman or I let this defensive edge rusher kind of get me with their speed, I can kind of use my footwork to shuffle back in the hands, and I can kind of recover to avoid giving up a sack or a quarterback hit. 666 snaps, 73 PFF grade, 77.2 pass blocking grade, 68 run blocking grade, 77.2, 68 pass blocking grade. He did give up 3 sacks, 1 hit, 21 hurries, 25 total pressure. So I know the numbers are high out of Purdue, but his true pass setting, like if you look at that, the true pass setting, he only gave up 3 sacks, 1 hit, 12 hurries, 16 total pressure. So the numbers are a little bit low under the true pass settings. I liked what I saw from him again out there on the football field, just in the drills, man. Looked really good, looked really smooth, looked really quick, was able to get up, was able to do all these things. And again, no RAS score because he didn't really participate in the athleticism stuff. You're going to have to watch the tape on him. And if you get the Senior Bowl footage, go back and watch some of his one-on-one matchups in the Senior Bowl. You're going to see how he was able to recover, how he didn't really get beat out there on the edge. And I believe at the Senior Bowl, I mentioned him and I've mock drafted him before. So pay attention to Marcus Bowe at his pro day. If he does tend to run and do some of the other drills out there, pay attention to that. That's going to be important. He did do the shuttle, which got him a 4.67 in the 20-yard shuttle. All right, so that's something to look at. You know what I mean? Just him moving forward. Out there. So I really liked what I saw from Marcus Bowe just in the drill factor. And I think that helps boost him up a little bit. Maybe going from a day 3, late day 3 guy to an early day 3 guy. Doesn't mean he's going to move up to the second round. It's just somebody that I think that's going to rise up, all right, out there. All right, so that's pretty daggone cool for me, in my opinion. Pretty daggone cool. Let's talk about Jackson freaking Slater. Jackson Slater out there was moving everything. And what I liked from Jackson Slater was at the Senior Bowl, he was moving mountains. Now, this guard from a small school, Sacramento State, 639 snaps, 76.4 PFF grade, run blocking 72.9, pass blocking 88.2, gave up 0 sacks, 0 hits, 3 hurries, a total of 3 pressures his last year at Sacramento State. His true pass setting, he gave up 0 sacks, 0 hits, and only 1 hurry, which means he only gave up 1 pressure. And when you looked at him, he was ready to set to run this. I knew he just looked athletic, right? At the Senior Bowl, dude shows up, half-cut shirt, belly shirt, ready to ball out, offensive lineman, looking like he's just gritty, plays with an edge, mauler. Love everything that I saw from him at the Senior Bowl weekend. And then when you look at what he did as far as his athleticism, 9.12, love it. Hand size 10, arm length 32 inches. All right, cool. Height 6'3", perfect size for a guard, in my opinion. Perfect size in my opinion. Weight 311. All right. I mean, if you can get him to 315, that'll be pretty daggone dope. But now you got to look at where he was great. He was great in his speed, 40-yard dash. He was great in his explosiveness. All right. So let's go ahead and get a look at the official scores that I have on Jackson Slater. All right. I got Jackson Slater. He had a 5.82 overall NFL grade. All right. That's where they kind of like graded him coming into the NFL Combine. I'm sure this is going to pull up, but an official, ring the bell, guys, an official 5.01 40-yard dash with a 178 10-yard split. All right, 10-yard split, 28.5-inch vertical, 9-foot broad jump. I loved what I saw out there, man. Dude, top speed was probably phenomenal, and you know, just looking at some of these players out there, you're just like, oh man, the offensive line was freaking moving, baby. They were literally moving. Love what I saw from the offensive line, especially Jackson Slater. I think his draft stock is going to rise coming from a small school like Sacramento State. I think that's going to be something really good for him. Good stuff out there. Great workout at the NFL Combine, and this should definitely improve his stock 1,000%. 1,000%. All right. Now, out of the guards, I know you didn't see Marcus Bowe perform as far as running, but you got to take my word for it. Got to watch the film on him. I promise you it looks pretty daggone decent and good out there. Same thing with Jackson Slater. Got to watch more film on him so you can kind of like really see him. But just who would you choose if you had to pick a guard? All right, we're going to be needing a guard. Aaron Banks is probably going to be testing free agency and so forth and so forth. I understand we signed who we signed. I understand we got guys in place to play, but the Niners should be drafting as well. Let me know if it's going to be in the comment section below. All right. Would you go with Marcus Bowe or would you go with Jackson Slater? And there are plenty other risers out there. If you feel like you want to put that riser in the comment section, be my guest. All right. Go ahead and do so. Let's get to the centers, baby. Hit that like button. All right. Let's get to the centers. Jarrett Wilson is my #1 overall center here. Coming out of this draft, and you guys got a chance to see the athleticism. Something about these Georgia boys. I mean, Tate Ratledge, you might want to put him as the guard that you felt like was the most athletic, cool. You might want to put him in there. But let's talk about Jarrett Wilson. 674 snaps, 81.2 PFF grade, 78.6 pass blocking, run blocking, 84 pass blocking, 0 sacks, 0 hits, 5 hurries, 5 pressures. That's what he gave up. As far as his true pass setting, all right, 0 sacks, 0 hits, 1 hurry, only 1 total pressure, and you got to see the kid freaking move. He was lightning. Highest 40-yard dash time for all the offensive linemen, which is what he led in, 4.8. Oh, give me the alarm. For this kid, Jarrett Wilson. Jarrett Wilson ran a 4.84. 4.84. You heard me? All right, 4.84. Highest 40-yard dash time for all the offensive linemen that ran. All right, that's pretty damn solid out there, coming from the center. That means he can move. And when I think about center position for Kyle Shanahan, they have to be able to move. They have to be able to get to that second level quick. We like to run the zone scheme, outside zone, all that good stuff. I like what I saw from him. But look at his top speed, 21.04 miles per hour. All right, 21.04 miles per hour. Standing at 6'3", 310 pounds. Give it to me, baby. Let's look at his RAS score. Almost a perfect 10. Almost a perfect 10. All right. And it looks like he got graded a little bit low because of his height. I think 6'3", 6'4" center height is pretty daggone decent. All right. You know what I mean? But you got his weight in there. Good class for weight. As far as his speed, we talked about the 4.84, the 1.7. I think he ran, his 10-yard split was a 1.72. Yes, it was. And, you got to look at, I want to see his 3-cone. I do want to see what he does in the 3-cone, but you can see his shuttle time was a 4.56. His vertical was 32 inches. His broad was 9 feet 4 inches out there. So he was definitely an explosive cat from the center position. And I think he definitely rose. Now, will he go in the first round? Possibly not. Probably not. Day 2 guy, second, third round, possibly, right? And I think that's where these centers are kind of like putting themselves at. I think what's going on in the NFL is, you're looking for those combo offensive linemen, guys that you could draft as guards that can play center or vice versa, like your Grays and Bells and those types of guys. And so when you look at Jarrett Wilson, he is a center. So will teams spin on a center that high? Possibly not. But the Niners have 11 draft picks in this draft. And now if they want to bring in a guy that focuses and plays the center position, they can do so. And I'm hoping it's Jarrett Wilson. Let's get to the second center that I thought had a great workout, because all I saw was his great footwork. I saw him in the drills. All right. And then he ran pretty daggone well. Eli Cox out of Kentucky, which he was not on my radar. All right. So this is somebody new that we're learning about. Eli Cox played 768 snaps, 63.2 PFF grade, 59.9 run blocking grade, 74.2 pass blocking grade. So he needs help in the run blocking area. He gave up 0 sacks, 2 hits, 12 hurries, 14 total total pressures. When you look at the true pass setting, 0 sacks, 1 hit, 5 hurries, only 6 pressures from a true pass setting, all right, from a true pass setting. And just watching him work out, I'm like, yo, who is this kid? Like, this kid is moving. Like, he run to the drills, he was hitting that back properly, like putting his hands, like really good hands, really good balance. I thought I got from Eli Cox out there, and a 9.97 RAS score. So I wasn't only one crazy looking at him saying, like, this kid is hella athletic. What's going on? Why didn't he play well? So now we got to watch the tape on him, because I didn't have him on my radar. Got to watch a little bit more tape. Got to watch his best game. Got to watch his worst game. That's kind of like how I do my film evaluation, right? Just to see like who he played well against, and then who did he struggle against, right? And it could be just competition. It could be stuff like that. And going into the NFL, you're going to be playing the top competition all the freaking time. Now, he didn't do any of the agility drills. Most of these centers didn't, right? But I like what I saw from Eli Cox, the 6'4" kid, 306 pounds, all right, 31 inches arm length, 9.25-inch hand. Again, he ran a 5.02. You know, he ran a 5.02. I think that's pretty good. I mean, it's not 4.84, but you can give me 5.02 from a center. I thought that was pretty spot on. 175 split, all right, 175 split. No, he did do the 3-cone drill. My apologies. So his 3-cone was a 7.63, all right, pretty good. Pretty solid, 4.8, 4.58 shuttle. All right, so he did do the 3-cone. I do apologize. The RAS scores aren't always officially updated. They have to be updated. And so when I get those updates, we'll definitely let you know. But those were his official scores. Shout out to Kent Lee that puts out the RAS scores, man. He's amazing, does amazing work over there. Make sure you give him a follow on X, all right? Kent Lee, make sure you give him a follow on X. Does amazing work. Wasn't trying to take a shot at the fella about anything. Just does amazing work. And thank you, Kent. Anyway, just going back to the athleticism of Eli Cox. It's what I like. I need an athletic center. I need a guy that can move, that can get to that second level, that can call out these pass protections, whether you're sliding, whether you're, doing max protect, whatever you need to do to help the quarterback out, and I think this might be a guy that could bring it. Now, I understand the 49ers have some centers on their roster, but are they the true centers that fit what Kyle Shanahan does? And I feel like the offensive line is always built around the center. You get the center right, and it just makes the rest of the offensive line balanced, right? And I feel like that's where the 49ers are lacking. Now, they do have Matt Hennessy. They still have Jake Brendel. They may be going after Drew Dahlman in free agency. I don't know. But if they are going to draft a center, faithful, let me know. Would you want Jarrett Wilson, or would you want Eli Cox? I thought were some of the two most athletic guys out there that will fit the zone scheme, right? The outside zone. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section for sure. Those were my risers from day 4 of the NFL Combine. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Feel free to shout it out, get it out, do what you need to do. It's a safe space over here on the WayneBreezie channel. Love you guys, man. Keep it faithful to the Bay for sure. And make sure you smash that like button. Don't forget to check out our partners over at residency.com. Use the promo code SFBreezie, all right, and save on your total purchase. And go ahead and support the channel by clicking the join button. It's always good. You guys are amazing. Love you. Until the next time. Peace.